thanks for tuning in. You're listening to Propaganda with Mick and Jacob. I hope you had a good week. So Christians are being persecuted in Nigeria. That's been in the news recently. And partly thank you to Nicki Minaj. Hey, I will take what we can get. Christians, they are unfortunately and very sadly being persecuted in Nigeria. They're being killed, kidnapped, churches are being burned. It's like, it's a whole situation. No one's talking about it, of course, because it's Christianity. Mm-hmm. They're not persecuted. What? And this has been going on for years, like years, okay? This is not new news. But Nicki Minaj recently has decided that enough is enough when it comes to the persecution of Christians. And she's teaming up with the UN ambassador, Mike Waltz, to help bring awareness to the situation. So she tweets, or wait, I think Mike Waltz tweeted her first. He tweets, and this is the UN ambassador for the US, okay? Mm-hmm. He tweets, at Nicki Minaj is not only arguably the greatest female recording artist, but also a principled individual who refuses to remain silent in the face of injustice.
Yeah, Nicki.
I'm grateful she's leveraging her massive platform to spotlight the atrocities against Christians in Nigeria, and I look forward to standing with her as we discuss the steps the president and his administration are taking to end the persecution of our Christian brothers and sisters. Nicki tweets back, Ambassador, I am so grateful to be entrusted with an opportunity of this magnitude. I do not take it for granted. It means more than you know. The Barbs and I will never stand down in the face of injustice. We've been given our influence by God. There must be a bigger purpose.
Do you think she's having a come to Jesus moment? Or do you think this is
I was just going to say,
just political and cultural shifts? Do you think she's legitimate in her beliefs now and her change of heart all of a sudden?
That's what I was going to say. When I first read it, I'll be totally honest, I was like, okay, it's just because it's the way things are shifting right now and she's...
Yeah, but it's also that was 3 weeks ago and now she's still going with it. It's kind of that's a long time in celebrity world,
right?
You know.
So I'm like, okay. I first read this and I'm like, okay, fine. We'll see what she stands on, though. You know, it's easy to tweet something. At the same time, though, her fan base, this is so wildly different from what they believe in and what she has always kind of put out into the world.
Well, she lost a lot of her following when she came out in support of it.
Did she really?
Yeah, she lost followers, and
that checks
obviously
out.
because her audience is not typical Christians and ones that want to stand up for the persecution and the slaughter of Christians in Nigeria. Obviously, they're not really the same audience. What's crazy to me is that the person standing up, if she actually does, if Nicki Minaj is standing before the UN, representing persecuted Christians and fighting for them, that's good for her, but that is crazy to me that that's who we have up there on the UN stage.
I'm glad she is. But also...
because apparently we have no one else to do it.
Right, but why is there no one else? Why is it Nicki Minaj?
What are we living in? It's not real.
So I first read that tweet and I was like, okay. Let's see where this leads. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I have to hand it to her. She did kind of stand on business. She recently went to a panel with Waltz at the U.S. mission in the United Nations in New York City. Okay, so she's speaking at a panel about this topic, about the persecution of Christians in Nigeria. So she's actively backing up her tweet. She's actively taking steps to help out, to do what needs to be done, mm-hmm. to give a voice to this. So, and there's a video that's been circulating of her actually thanking Trump. And I haven't watched the video.
I haven't seen it.
And I didn't watch it because I wanted us to live react to it.
Okay. Should we watch it?
I sent it to you. Yeah.
What'd you send it on?
iMessage. This is the way that we have to do it. Because I'm scared it's going to stop recording.
Yeah.
I would like to thank President Trump for prioritizing this issue and for his leadership on the global stage in calling for urgent action to defend Christians in Nigeria, to combat extremism, and to bring a stop to violence against those who simply want to exercise their natural right to freedom of religion or belief.
Okay, Nicki. Interesting.
All right, Nicki. That was actually a video the White House posted, too.
They posted that of her. That's some pretty strong backing, for the White House to be posting you giving a speech. So
Yeah.
That's kind of incredible. And if she's doing it for the right reasons, if she's doing it all, that's good. It's good for Christians in Nigeria. It's good for us. Again, that's crazy to me that that's who we have representing it, but we live in a crazy world. So if Nicki Minaj is the only one standing up for Christians in Nigeria, then we'll take it.
And she's always had Republican, not that Christianity and Republican go hand in hand. It recently has, but she always has had kind of a Republican taste about her. He's nodding like he disagrees. No, but there was this...
I don't know enough about her. How has she had a Republican taste?
A few of her songs, she's rapped about it.
I know she's not... what I know is she's not the craziest... She's not the craziest black female rapper out there. Not by far.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Yeah.
So, I know that and I can appreciate that about her. She's not Megan Thee Stallion. Like, that's,
right.
It is different.
Right.
So...
If Megan Thee Stallion was up there, I'd be like, okay,
Yeah.
something's going on. Nicki, not that I could see it coming, but she's more believable, I feel like. I think it takes, this sounds so stupid, but it does take a lot of bravery for her and the industry she's in. Like, she's in Hollywood, and her fan base, like you said, she lost a lot of support from them.
That's why I'm shocked that she's, like, doing it, and I'm like, I don't know where this is coming from. It has to be either a giant publicity stunt or it has to be coming from her heart, because there's no other reason you'd want to risk doing this, you know? So
Christianity, too. I feel like there's a lot of other things you could stand up for.
The Muslims that are being persecuted in China, if this was gay rights or trans rights or wherever, or injustice for racial equality, then obviously that's her thing, whatever, because that's everyone's thing. So I get that. But this is like, you're defending Christians in another country? Like, I don't know. It's crazy. Good for her, though.
Yeah, absolutely good for her.
That's all I have to say about it. I don't know.
Thank you, Nicki.
We'll find out more, I guess, when it's boots on the ground in Nigeria for Nicki Minaj. She's defending Christians.
Are you a barb now?
I am a barb. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, her fan base. There's barbs.
Okay.
I might be a barb after that.
Right.
Hey. I don't hate her music. Speaking of the White House, their most recent visitor was a soccer player.
Yeah, I think I'll take this one. So for those of you that don't know, the most followed person on Instagram, period, okay? The most followed person is Cristiano Ronaldo. I checked today. He has 668 million followers.
Jeez.
Okay? He is over halfway to 1 billion followers on Instagram. He's a soccer player. For anyone that knows ball, for anyone that knows football, Messi is better than Ronaldo. It's not even close. There's no debate. We've all seen that. There's going to be haters. We all know this. Whatever. That's besides the point. The point today is Ronaldo visited Trump in the White House. That's super random. He's a Portuguese soccer player, and right now he's playing in Saudi Arabia's league. So he visits the White House, and I don't know if there's like too much footage about like what the point was or what they talked to. It sounded much more just like a friend thing. They had like a dinner. He took like selfies with a bunch of Trump and his staff. You know, there's a very famous picture now of Trump and Ronaldo walking together like on the outside lawn. So it's just like, first off, it's like, what have we come to? And I just thought it's crazy. Like, why is he visiting the White House? Whatever. It doesn't matter. It's cool. You can think whatever you want on it.
Is he an American citizen?
No. He's Portuguese. He's born and raised in Portugal, played in Spain for Real Madrid for most of his career, and then bounced around for a little bit, and now he's in Saudi Arabia. So...
Oh, so he doesn't even live here in the United States?
No. My best guess is the upcoming World Cup is 2026. That'll be in the U.S., Canada, and Mexico.
Oh,
maybe this is some sort of like getting familiar or comfortable or taking a fun trip. I don't know. There's also a lot of leagues are on break right now for the international break, so maybe that's why he's here. I'm not quite sure why he visited. The point of all this is the Democrats now are in love with Messi, okay? They are obsessed with Leo Messi. I love Leo Messi. He's the greatest soccer player of all time. I've grown up playing soccer my entire life. He's my hero, okay? Quote unquote. I saw the other day, randomly across my feed, was the Democrats' official page on Instagram, their official account, posted a video of Ronaldo and Trump walking together, and then it's like the rap like edit, like the nah, you know, and then it just plays a Messi like clip edit, you know? And I'm like, okay, that's weird. Like, I like Messi more than the next guy most likely, but they're now like praising and like doing edits of Messi just because Ronaldo, his rival, took pictures with Trump in the White House. So then now all the Democrats are like, oh, Messi, whatever, we love Messi. And it's funny because, like, I'm not even going to go there, whatever. But
What?
I'm just going to say a lot of Hispanics like soccer more than the U.S. like soccer.
Okay.
And a lot of Hispanics are more Democrat. Not all of them. There's a very specific group. There's like some groups of Hispanics are more Republican. A lot of Hispanic men are a lot more Republican. So there's all that. But also right now with the ICE stuff, all this stuff, right? It's very racialized. It's very polarized right now. It's just funny to me that like Hispanics are much more tuned into soccer than most American citizens are. And when you're more tuned into soccer, you know who the GOAT is. So they're already like Messi. So it's kind of funny that the Democrats would be leaning into that. If this is some 200 IQ play. If it's not, if it's just some random Democrat intern making a post for their social media page, and whatever. Maybe I'm reading too much into it.
No, I hate that. It's not the intern making the post. There's a whole social media team.
I agree. I'm saying that could be an argument, but I'm saying this is thought through. I think.
That's
like
what I mean.
is.
It's a whole like thing. That post was approved by at least 10 other people at the very minimum. This isn't some intern being like, hey guys, what do you think about Messi?
Here, and sorry to keep rambling on about this, but here's what the story takes an interesting turn, right? The left, the Democrats, they're praising Messi. They love Messi. They don't like Ronaldo now. Why don't they like Ronaldo? Oh, because he took a picture with Trump. Okay. So Ronaldo's out of the picture. We love Messi. Funny thing is, Messi is an Argentinian soccer player, born and raised there, right? The president of Argentina right now is Javier Milei. He is one of the most pronounced, like, right-wing, far-right leaders on the world stage right now. He was elected in Argentina a few years ago. He's been their president now for a while. Like, they love him there in Argentina. And the country's not perfect, but it's getting a lot better. You know, Argentina had a huge economy crisis, a huge, like, safety crisis for the country. So he's definitely improving things. And Messi is notorious for not being involved in politics. He's not involved in politics at all. He stays away from it. He purposely, like, does not take pictures with many politicians, doesn't like to be around them. I think it's for his image. I think it's for his sanity. I get all that, right?
Sure, yeah.
There's been, like, speculation over the years that he might lean more right-wing, that he might kind of like the Javier Milei party of Argentina. Speculation. It's neither here nor there. It doesn't really matter. The funny thing is Javier Milei loves Messi, okay? He is Argentina's man, okay? He is the far-right leader, the president of the country, and he loves Messi, okay? So it's kind of funny that they draw this parallel of now Messi's on the left, but Argentina, who is now, they've elected a very far-right politician, their culture, their community now is right. I don't want to say they're far-right. They're conservative now. They love Messi too. So it's like they're trying to politicize something that doesn't need to be political. Like, why does Cristiano Ronaldo visiting the White House, why does that have to be political? Like, and it's funny because we're talking about it, but like, I was in shock that they even posted that. Because I'm like...
It's so demeaning to their voters too. Like, they think they're stupid enough to be like, guys, look what Ronaldo he just visited Trump. Oh my...
Here's a Messi hype video.
Now we like Messi.
Yeah.
Now we want to like Messi.
Yeah.
Like, as if they're gonna just. And honestly, some Democrats, they are just a bunch of trained seals, and they'd be like, yeah. But it's insulting to their base that they think they're that easy to just train.
And it's funny too. It is a funny video because Messi and Ronaldo are like their world stage rivals in soccer, and it's like, oh well, Ronaldo took a picture with their guy, so now Messi's our guy. But it's like Messi isn't really involved in politics at all.
And if he is involved, there's evidence to show that it's not.
Might lean more right, as his country does, as his president loves him, you know? So it's like, that part's funny too. But I just thought I had to share that because it popped up on my For You page, and I was like, this is crazy. And
that is crazy.
And this is coming from someone who loves Messi way more than Ronaldo. Nothing wrong with Ronaldo. But I just thought that was funny. And I'm like, really? This guy, this billionaire, he has 668 million followers on Instagram. He's taking a picture with our president, okay? Like, what is that? Like, it doesn't matter, okay? Is he right-wing? No. Is he left-wing? No. He's not a citizen here. What are you talking about? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. So.
Yeah, and yeah, that too is he's not even an American citizen, as far as I know. You say he's not.
His son was born here.
Does that make them citizens?
I don't know. Under the new law, I don't know. If Trump is going to get rid of birthright citizenship. I think his oldest son, specifically, they had him here.
Okay.
Because that's what all the rich, famous people do. They come here and have their kid here, obviously. Because they want them to have American citizenship. I know his son is for sure an American citizen.
Okay. So he does have some stake in it. Like,
Right.
I'm sure he is talking to Trump about, politics in the country that his son is born in, that his son will probably most likely grow up in, and maybe world politics too.
I think it's much more about the World Cup up and coming next year.
Okay.
I think that's for sure what it's about. But even then, why does it have to be political? Can it not just be about soccer? Can it not just be about sports and entertainment? And,
Sure, yeah.
like if the Olympics were happening, which the World Cup is arguably bigger than the Olympics, you can make that argument. I'm not saying it is, but if the Olympics are happening, obviously the athletes and the famous people are going to go take pictures with the leaders and the prime ministers and the presidents and the dictators and whoever it is, okay? They're going to be around them and visit them because it's a cool thing to do, Like,
Yeah, totally, yeah. That's a good point.
yeah. So, I don't know. I would just of course it has to be political. Of course it does. But I just
Messi's
thought,
the new icon of the left.
right, he's going to run for the Democratic nomination. Yeah.
Ridiculous. They're just they're grasping at things
Right.
too. That's like the same as having Megan Thee Stallion twerking on stage before Kamala comes up. Like you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know. Like it's so removed. They're so removed and detached from reality and their base. It's just
They think that putting Messi in a left-leaning light will automatically get some more support and emphasis and motivation and some more following behind them because Ronaldo went to the White House. So it makes no sense to me. But I thought it was a funny story to share. So
it's insulting.
yeah.
Speaking of visits to the White House, though, so kind of like on the flip side,
A lot of foreign-born famous people are visiting the White House.
Mamdani took a little plane flight to Washington, D.C. to visit Trump. Today, actually, November 21st. We're recording this on November 21st. So really the only information that I've seen on it is their press conference they had afterwards. They met today, and it went well. Have you seen anything on this?
I saw that a reporter asked permission to call Trump a fascist, and Trump was like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
I saw that.
The reporter asked Mamdani if he still believes that Trump is a fascist.
Yeah.
And then Mamdani starts to answer, and he's like, well, and Trump goes, no, it's fine. Like, just, yeah.
Crazy.
Which, hey, that is pretty funny. Yeah. But the point is that they seem like they're cordial. They seem like they're fine. They're not hostile towards each other. And there was a video, same kind of press conference as the fascist comment. Trump says that they have a lot more in common than they thought, him and Mamdani. And he would actually live in New York City while Mamdani is mayor. So
I would love New York City. Mr. Mamdani. He's a great mayor.
They clearly have their disagreements. Mamdani still thinks he's a fascist.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
He always will. He'll always hate Trump.
Yeah.
Trump most likely does not like this guy at all. At all.
But
he knows he's bad for New York City. But
he's being cordial. Yeah. He's being agreeable. It's nice. It's nice to see, I guess, some of that.
Mm-hmm. Because across lines.
It's just been such a long history, and not just with Trump, but just so much bashing each other. And we almost, if they're on the other side, we can't agree with them on anything. Right. And that's not necessarily true.
The people that voted for Mamdani also celebrated Charlie Kirk's assassination. Let's not cross those lines. Those are different. That's his people celebrated his people, so it's different there. But it's good to see that the politicians and the leaders of the movement can still, be around each other, be polite to each other, like you were saying, be cordial in front of the cameras, even maybe with cameras off. We don't know,
yeah. And like we said last episode, New York City, it's the United States gem. It's one of our gems, one of our biggest cities. It's, New York City is America.
Yeah. And
so to see the mayor of it, or I guess the mayor-elect, visiting with the president of the country, good thing, that should be a good thing, and that should be a good thing that they're talking and discussing, and their interest is to make New York City the best it can be. And I'm sure they disagree on some things, but clearly Trump would live there.
And Trump's a New Yorker. He's from there.
Yeah, right.
Sure
That's
cares. I'm sure he does deeply care about his city.
Yeah.
So.
But I don't know, him saying that he would live there if Mamdani was mayor, based on the campaign that Mamdani ran and the things that he said he would do, I don't know. I don't know.
I think Trump is going to take his tax cuts and move to Florida. Stay there. So we'll see, though. I love New York. It's a great state. It's
surprising because they had such beef before they sat down and met.
Yeah. And it's crazy how much different it is when people sit down and talk to each other versus when you're just recording things on a camera or saying things to a news outlet or doing a speech. You know, it's just different.
Well, it humanizes the person too when you're sitting there face to face with them, eye contact, instead of through a screen on social media. Like
responding to a post.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I swear, social media has in a way ruined politics and ruined the way that our world leaders interact with each other, because they can say just crap to each other, and it makes the people laugh and we clap and cheer because it's funny. But then it's like, no, you got to sit down and you got to discuss things, you got to talk. Like, it's still a human being, no matter how bad their ideas or campaign is, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
it's good that they sat down, and it was humanizing to see them interacting with each other in good spirits and not just dissing each other in speeches or on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
But also to note, their voter bases could not be more opposite. Mm-hmm. They despise each other. I don't think that's any secret. Trump voters and the people that voted for Mamdani, like you said, were the same people that probably most likely celebrated the death of Charlie Kirk. These two groups, they clash. They do not like each other. So it's a good wake-up call for us, the people not on the top, to realize, okay, the people up there, they can interact and be cordial and kind to each other. Like, I don't know what went down in that meeting. They definitely did disagree on things. I don't doubt that. But I think
neither one of their worldviews changed. That's for sure.
Right, but they can still sit there and have that conversation, and I think we've lost that ability.
Yeah.
The voter bases of these two people have lost that ability.
Especially our generation, I think we struggle with that.
So it's a good reminder that, hey, they can get along up top, and they do more than we think. Mm-hmm. So we need to work better at not alienating the other side and not wanting to even have a conversation with them or think of that. Like humanize the other side a little bit, okay? Right. Just humanize them a little bit. They're people too, and most likely, for the most part, I do believe that they have the best interest at heart. They're not sitting here scheming, like most people aren't sitting here scheming like, perfect, free houses, it's going to destroy New York City, I'm so excited. No, a lot of these people have just been lied to, and they hear free and they're like, yeah, that'd be great for a lot of the homeless people, Yeah. There's genuine concern there. There's not this like evil scheming, at least not in the voter base, I think.
Yeah, and I think another thing that you can use to your advantage and you should remind yourself of is if you're right and if you're confident that you're right, and even if you think, hey, I might not be right, but I'm open to other debates and other discussions, then you should have those, Like, you should be like, oh, this is my worldview, and I don't need 100 facts or 100 stories or whatever. I can use my personal experience and my beliefs and my convictions to tell what I believe is true, You can give an honest conversation, have that with someone, and not walk away hating each other. It happens all the time. It does. It doesn't happen online that much because that's not how the online platforms are meant to work. But it does happen with your neighbor or with your cousin at your Thanksgiving or with your person down, I don't know, your person in your church or in your community. Like conversations that people disagree on happen all the time, and people can still be friends without them. Mm-hmm. So it's funny that we are always stuck in our generation is always stuck in well, what do the comments on X say? What does the Instagram Reels video say? What does the YouTube comment section say? It's not so much about that as it is about having the real conversations face-to-face, which our generation lacks. And I think this is a good example of even the people at the top who could not be more different than each other, even they were able to have a conversation and remain cordial. And maybe it was fake in front of the public eye, maybe, whatever. They were still able to do it. And if, as Americans, if as citizens, if we don't have that ability anymore to talk with someone that we disagree with and be able to agree to disagree or give a little, take a little, understand, but not quite go along with it. If we don't have that ability anymore, we're going to have a very hard time keeping democracy alive, keeping like free worldviews and expressions of thought and speech around, Yeah. We're going to really struggle with that as we've seen in recent years, So I think it's just a good reminder to all of us.
And sorry, yeah, I just realized in the same breath we said that this voter base, Mamdani's voter base, most likely
100%.
Made fun of Charlie Kirk's death.
100%.
Yeah, those are pretty rough. Like, those are people that you can't really have a conversation with.
And they would think the exact same thing about us. But
Correct.
you would never know until you have a conversation with them.
Right.
You would never know until you sit down with them. You
Right.
know? In my worldview, most likely isn't going to change. Their worldview isn't most likely going to change. And they'll think I'm a bad person. I might think they're a bad person. But you can still talk about it. And you should still argue and fight for the right to at least talk about it, you know? And I think we talked about this last week, but that goes back to the Nick Fuentes, Tucker Carlson conversation. Was like, okay, well, what if he's a terrible person? Whatever. He should still have the freedom of thought and freedom of speech to get his voice and his opinion out there, as should Tucker Carlson, as should some far left-wing radical. Why don't you have the right to say what you think and to say what you believe? If it's so awful and so terrible and so wrong, people won't agree with you, will they? You know? Like, there will always be crazy people out there. There will always be extreme radicals on both sides. But why can't the majority of people, like you and I, listening to this, why can't we get along? Why can't we have genuine conversations? I don't know. It's getting a little, like, sappy. But, like, you know what I mean? And it's crazy that we don't have that in today's culture.
Yeah, we almost see the crazies, and then we assume that
That's everyone.
that's everyone.
Yeah.
And that's not really true. I saw a lot of people that would have voted for Mamdani absolutely disgusted at the way that their own party was acting with the death of Charlie Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, in summary, it's Mamdani and Trump. They can get along, not get along, but you know what I mean. They can have a cordial conversation, as they should, as leaders in the United States. And I think we should follow that.
We should encourage discussion
Yeah.
and political discourse and uncomfortable conversations and arguments and debates. We should encourage that stuff.
So, talking about Mamdani, let's naturally move into the topic of Muslims. I feel like that's kind of been in the news a lot. There's a lot in this country. Muslim students at the University of South Florida had 3 men approach them during their morning prayer. Here's the video.
Bacon? Bacon? Anybody? Under the new rules from the 12th Imam, you can eat bacon. It's halal. You can eat bacon whenever you want.
God commands you to repent. Muhammad is a pedophile. You're praying to a man who's burning in hell. He married a 9-year-old girl, and you're gonna, Muhammad, I spit on the grave of Muhammad.
Don't do that.
Muhammad is in hell. You're gonna burn in hell. You need to repent. You need to get saved and set free. Jesus Christ is coming soon. Take that towel off of your head. Take that towel off of your head. You need to repent. You need to repent. Repent, you child of the devil.
Hey, let him go. Let him go.
Back up.
Let him go.
You're assaulting me.
Let him go. Let him go.
That's not how you preach.
Back up. Back up.
Man. You need Jesus.
Unlike you, we're not going to take your hands off.
You preach.
We're not violent.
You're gonna burn in hell. You're gonna burn in hell.
What do you want?
Yeah, that's it. So
That's
these
crazy.
Muslims are sitting there during their morning prayer on university grounds, and these men come up to them, allegedly Christians. It sounds like they were. And they get in their faces while they're praying, telling them that they're going to hell, they need to repent, they're worshiping a terrible person, Muhammad. He was, sorry. I mean, they're right in that sense.
He did marry a 9-year-old girl. I know we kind of forget about that part, but continue.
And then he spits on, I don't even know, whatever their little mats or whatever are. And then he's eating bacon, and he tells the other person to take the towel
really
off.
good. Yeah, take the towel off.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, what did he say that was wrong? Did he say anything that was wrong? No.
The way he went about it
Nothing
was wrong.
he said there was a lie. Nothing he said there was wrong. But that's not Christian-like. That's
No.
not going to win anyone over. We just had the topic of having sit-down conversations with people and discussing things and debating things with people, and he just goes and starts yelling at them while they're praying. If he is a Christian, would he like it if Muslims started running up on him while he's praying and started shouting Allahu Akbar and Jesus is whatever and Mary's a whore and this and that like they always claim? Like, he wouldn't like that either. So, while he didn't say anything that was wrong, everything right there was 100% true, 100% facts. Take the towel off your head. You're in Florida, in America. You have the freedom to keep the towel on your head, but take it off, okay? So what he said was not wrong, but that's not how you're going to win people over. That's not how you're going to argue people. That is not how a Christian and a Muslim can be friends. If he's saying, oh my gosh, bacon is so yummy, you have to eat this, they're not going to be friends. if he's spitting on their Quran and on their mats or whatever, he's not going to win anyone over. He's not going to argue his point respectfully, and effectively, you know? That's just going to cause more issues. And I don't want to be all like, kumbaya, we live in a peace world, like this and that. No, not at all. The Muslims don't like Christians. Christians don't like Muslims. 100%. It's totally fair from both sides. I get it. But it's like, this is not how we're going to win anyone over. This is not how we're going to
No, it paints us in such a bad picture, too.
It does.
Like, they're sitting there, and I am always there to defend Christianity, and I'm in no way defending the Muslim religion, but they're sitting there praying, okay?
They are
in that moment, they're
exercising
harmless.
Their American right.
Absolutely, yeah. They're just doing their thing, okay? And
right.
So to come up there and get, like, he's literally bending down in their faces, screaming at them, they're going to go to hell.
Right. Also, he knows what he's doing. He's trying to evoke a reaction,
right,
and most likely a fight.
And
like that's what he's breaking out to at the end, because they want to fight him. Obviously, just because if you were a Christian and someone's talking about Jesus, actually most Christians wouldn't fight him, but some Christians would, you know, and that's his whole point in doing that. So like, the better thing to do would be to stand outside their little gate or whatever they're doing, and after stand outside their little gate, and after they're done praying, talk to them or hand out a tract or befriend them and have a sit-down conversation with them. That would be better, you know? How about you record you making a Muslim friend and talking to them about stuff? And I'm not saying you can't criticize them. Nothing he said that was wrong at all. But it's the way he went about it, and I don't think that's going to actually help people, especially in today's political climate. So
no.
Good on him for spreading the truth, but that was a not very productive way to do it.
But that's my thing. He's not even spreading the truth. He's not giving them the gospel. He's not saying Jesus Christ is Lord and he's our Savior. Like, come talk to me.
Yeah.
He's sitting there yelling in their faces that they're going to hell. Like, what is that going to do? Like, if someone came up to me of any religion and tried to convince me that their religion was right, and they were just screaming at me that I'm going to hell, I'd be like, okay.
Take it the exact same way that if you don't worship Muhammad, you're going to hell, okay?
And
I don't care. Like, I'm not worshiping Muhammad.
Right, I don't believe in that.
Right.
So, no, I don't think he was spreading any truth. I think he did a terrible, terrible job, and he made Christians look stupid and dumb.
All the things he said were true.
I mean, he wasn't spreading the truth of the gospel.
No, he was not.
He was not spreading the truth of Christianity.
Right. He was not being God's light to the world.
No, I think Islam is a terrible religion. It's evil. No. But we live in a beautiful country where they can exercise their right to practice their religion as long as it's not harming anyone. And in that moment, they weren't.
Yeah.
They were praying, their God, to whoever they pray to. And they can do that. Absolutely, they can.
Yeah.
Now, if they try to invoke Sharia law on the rest of us, no, that's not okay. Mm-hmm. But I think you know what I'm getting at. So yeah, for him to come up there and like, dude, like, oh my gosh, like this is why people don't side with the Christians, and we're called insane and we're called violent, and like, thank you. You just made us look even worse. That is not how Jesus Christ would have done it. That's not how Jesus would have talked to the woman at the well.
You make good points, but also take the towel off your head. So
no, and again, Islam, I don't think it's a peaceful religion. Yeah. It's not, okay? But they were sitting there peacefully doing their thing, and he doesn't get to just come up and...
Why does it need to bother him? And again, it's not it's not helpful to him. It's not helpful to them.
No.
It's not helpful to us. Nothing. So I think it's important to remember. And it kind of goes back to the Mamdani Trump topic we were talking about before. So that's not productive.
No. Oh, my God.
It's funny, and it's true, but it's not productive.
Bacon?
So, this is good.
You want some?
It's funny.
What are you doing?
It's just like rage bait. It's like, what are we doing here?
It is.
Anyways, I think that's all I have for you guys today. Anything for you?
No, that was literally it.
Thank
you so much for listening to another week. We'll see you next Tuesday. Make sure to follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We're on YouTube at Propaganda MJ, and Instagram, and what's the other one? Oh my gosh, TikTok.
TikTok?
And X too, yeah. But make sure you follow us, subscribe to us, and thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next Tuesday.